Which US state is the richest? Now, this would seem like it would be kind of easy, but I also think it's not, especially because it's US states GDP per capita. That's what throws everything off. And already we're starting off with a question that I just have no idea. Is the state of Ohio richer or the state of Arizona richer? Now, I should be able to look up statistics for this. I mean, I'm not going to look up the answers, but you know what I mean. Like how I can't even Google these two state names and find a map with Ohio and just Arizona labeled. What are the chances of that? I'm going to go with my gut and say it's all Ohio just because it always has been. But I actually think I'm going to be wrong about this. Ohio with 70,000 per capita. Wow, just barely over Arizona. Okay, we have to keep these numbers in our head. Now, is Colorado making more money on a per capita basis? It's got to be close, right? Colorado is definitely a powerhouse with Denver there. They usually are like the only dot in this part of the entire country, the only dot with like bringing in a bunch of cash. We also have to keep in mind a percentage of the population that could be bringing the average number down. I kind of want to say Colorado over Ohio here. There's got to be a reason a lot of people are moving there. Boom, 82,000. Okay, so we're doing okay. 2 in a row. I will take that. Colorado. Okay, again, we're per capita. This is not by like a total area. Obviously, North Dakota does not have as much people as Colorado, but are there for some reason a bunch of rich people that live in North Dakota? You know what is interesting? I am now just remembering the US states without income tax. North Dakota is not one of them, but South Dakota is, and I'm just wondering if the amount of rich people will really pull up the average per capita number. I feel like I'm gonna go Colorado, unless for some reason there's a bunch of rich people living in North Dakota. Yeah, you know what? Dang it. I thought that was gonna happen. You know, weirdly, when it comes to this stuff, it helps when you actually have less population. So hopefully I have the population numbers down. Colorado has 5 or 6 times more people in it, but that's also a lot more people that can bring, again, the number down. So California's probably going to be pretty like average on the list, maybe. So okay, there's California right there. Now, I know it's got to be more than New Mexico. I'm sorry, New Mexico, but there's no way Breaking Bad is bringing in that much extra revenue for you. Okay, California is very close to North Dakota. We're going to have to keep that in mind. Again, we probably want less population, but I don't know if Iowa really is going to be beating out California. I'm picking California. Iowa is up there, but it's not that far up there. Wait, what was New Mexico's number again? Were they at 50,000? 50,000 is pretty low. Ooh, West Virginia is going to be low too. I'm pretty sure West Virginia is struggling, if I remember correctly. Yes, we have, right, okay, West Virginia's at 54,000. Safe to say it's got to be Maryland. Maryland's got a bunch of rich people, right? I thought, or no, that's Delaware. I think Delaware has a lot of rich people. I think Delaware is going to be up there. Maybe Rhode Island, some tiny spots. Now, Wyoming has a ton. Okay, Wyoming has less than 500,000 people in it, but there's a bunch of people, a bunch of rich people that live there. I think like Kanye West, the Kardashians. I don't even know why I know that. I was right about that. It's at 81,000 district. Okay, District of Columbia has got to have some rich people. And there's not that many people living there in general. I'm going DC. This is a scary one because population-wise, like size-wise, they're very similar. Not physical size-wise, obviously. Oh my goodness, yes, DC, there it is. Okay, so small places, less population, they're going to do better. We already know DC is better than North Dakota, but North Dakota is not doing too bad. North Dakota is actually above California. We got to keep that in mind. 93,000. Funny enough, the tiny city or the District of Columbia has more people than the entire state of Wyoming. That really shouldn't be a surprise. That is why there are so many memes about Wyoming. I talk about it all the time. I'm going to say North Dakota over Maine, but I have no idea anything about Maine. Is it like fish? Isn't fishing industry pretty big in Maine? Ooh, now this is an interesting one. Nevada has a lot of former Californians living in it. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know. Most of the state's population is obviously coming from Las Vegas, and then outside of that, you know, there's like Reno and Carson City, but there's nothing out here. Maine looks a little low at that 60,000 number, though. I know that Nevada is not like super rich, but maybe it's more than 60,000, 67,000. Colorado's in the 70s, right? I believe it was in the 70s. 82,000. Okay, we're gonna keep this number. We only have to keep in mind like 50 or 51 states since DC is being included. I wonder if Puerto Rico is going to be included. North Carolina is going to be hard. North Carolina's definitely got to be richer than South Carolina. I know they also have a lot of industries growing here. I'll be honest, I don't know much about North Carolina. I'm going to say, because I believe North Carolina has a lot more population, that Colorado is going to be beat it out. Yes, okay. Colorado says less people, more rich people. Utah. Who lives in Utah? I mean, not that many people, I know for sure. Could that mean that Utah, this is going to be close. I'm probably going to get this wrong. Oh, I already have 11 right. I didn't realize that. I have no idea. I'm going to pick Utah just because less people. And I was right about that. Okay, we're at 12, surprisingly. Arkansas, the home of Walmart. Arkansas, on average, I think is, they've got some people who got to be bringing down that number. There are rich people in Arkansas, but they've got to be bringing it down. I'm going to pick Utah. Okay, yeah, Arkansas is pretty low, 53,000. Again, Texas would be just like overall GDP-wise, you know, I think second place just behind California. California, but we're talking per capita. Texas still has to have Arkansas beat. They do. We're already on 14. This is only my second try. Okay, we just saw no state income tax for South Dakota. They have more people than North Dakota, but I bet you South Dakota is also like in that 90,000 range like North Dakota is. They're significantly less. Wow, where is North Dakota getting all that money from? I mean, in general, if you're pulling in $61,000, the effective state tax rate is like 1.14, but I'm really looking for like a lot of rich people. That's what's gonna pull up the average. All right, already I can't. North Carolina was in the 70s, right? Or maybe 67,000. I don't think Idaho is really that high. I wouldn't think so. 67,000, I was right about that. Yeah, 55,000. A lot of businesses are beginning to move to Idaho. I gotta assume New York is more rich than North Carolina. Wow, New York is up there in terms of average. Wow, that explains why New York has such crazy taxes. We already know South Dakota is like 73,000. New York, we're sticking with that. Missouri. Mizzou, right on that river. I don't know. I'm now just reminded of the like bears that they have on their flag. About 6 million people live here. Also, there's a lot of places that are growing with more population. I don't know if this is really an economic powerhouse though, to be honest. I think I'm actually going South Dakota, but this is gonna be really close. I think it's gonna be really close. It's pretty close, 10,000 difference. What was Maine again? Maine was in the 60s. I can't remember. This is gonna be close. I'm gonna have to guess. I'm guessing, was Maine 60? I think it was exactly 60. Might be wrong about that. Oh, wow. I don't know how I remembered that. I've got horrible memory usually. California, that's easy. They're 92,000. Boom, we know California is above. Texas only at 77,000. I think I can get 30 here. Now, I have no idea what Vermont is pulling in. Vermont might be pretty up there, to be quite honest with you. Vermont, freedom and unity. Vermont can't have that many people. Texas is good. I'm feeling Vermont, but at the same time, I don't know, because it's not next to the coast. I don't know why. I feel like if it was next to the coast, it'd be pulling in more money. Definitely, on average, I'm sure more rich people would live here because they'd want that, you know, beachfront property. Just geographically speaking, I think I'm going Tejas here with, oh, and that was the right choice easily. Okay, I said in the very beginning Delaware was going to be high up. Let's see. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I don't know how high. 84,000 is not bad. I'll take that. It's not super high. I think Delaware has Maryland beat. That's for sure. Okay, Delaware is not bad for being so small, and I don't even know what Delaware has. Massachusetts has a lot of rich people in it. I can't even remember why. I think I'm right about this. Massachusetts is a pretty rich nation. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's really high up. That's more than California and North Dakota. Massachusetts has got to have Nebraska beat. Sorry, Nebraska. Oh, Nebraska's not doing bad though. 81,000. Pennsylvania, very old state. I think I'm going Nebraska. I think Nebraska's numbers are being pulled up just because of the low population that they really have. There we go. 10,000 difference. Rhode Island, the smallest state in terms of geography in the entire union. I'm going to say Rhode Island, but I'm a little scared. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. My score is in the top 10%. Rhode Island is definitely a tough one because it is small. I believe they have about 700,000 people living in it. Actually, no, they're just barely above 1 million. Look at Delaware's population growing though. They're about to pass up Rhode Island. All right, I'm feeling really confident about this game. If I just remember correctly what the numbers are pretty much in my head. Let's just keep in mind, I don't think I've seen New Hampshire yet. New Hampshire's not bad. DC is number 1, so we know we can stay over here. Let's keep in mind Washington's numbers. Washington, 92,000. That is pretty high up there as well. We know Washington's beating out Pennsylvania. Thank you very much. I don't think we've seen Virginia's numbers yet. I gotta assume Virginia's racking in the dough. Population-wise, ooh, just barely. They're not really racking in that much dough. I feel like Tennessee has pretty good tax rates. I think there's a lot of rich people that live there, but there's equally, maybe the rich people are not gonna be enough cheapskate. That's nice. I don't remember Nevada's numbers, to be honest. And I don't know much about Montana except for that it is literally super beautiful. You can kind of see it on the flag there. I'm gonna pick Nevada, but I actually have no idea. 57, wow. I think it's just because not a lot of people in general live in Montana. Louisiana is in the deep south. We have to keep in mind the deep south, I feel like is not gonna have the most numbers. Not gonna be pulling in the most numbers there. Someone from Alabama, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Vermont has Louisiana beat just barely. I thought I had a little bit more room for comfort. Okay, we have Illinois, which obviously has Chicago. It's got to be some rich people there bringing up that number. Okay, 82,000. Thank you. Again, rich people are not the only thing here. I realize that, but I'm thinking on average. Think about like DC, low population and billionaires. That's what's gonna pull up this average a lot. That's the way at least I'm going about this quiz. I don't know about Michigan and Illinois too. We've got the Rust Belt states. I'm gonna pick Illinois because I like this 82,000 number, but I have no idea about Michigan. Wow, Michigan's numbers are way lower than I expected. I think Maryland has them beat, that's for sure. This 70,000 range really scares me. Okay, oh man, okay, I don't think Alaska is making that much money at all. Big state geographically, but not that much population. I'm gonna say Alaska's at like 61,000. I have no idea. Whoa, No, I was so wrong about that. Really, I know nothing about Alaska. This is so random, but this reminds me of how I just want to like one day take a flight to Alaska just to see what the, you know, the hype is all about. Or maybe the lack thereof. I feel like it'd be a fun time. Maybe you shouldn't go in the winter though. Okay, Indiana can't be having that much money. We know South Dakota is okay, 73,000. South Dakota has Louisiana beat. Tennessee was surprisingly pretty okay, 66,000. Not okay, actually, I'll be honest, I thought that was gonna be higher than that. That's why I already went into surprisingly. No, that's kind of what I thought from Tennessee. North Carolina had 67, okay, just barely beating out Tennessee. Was New Mexico lowest on this list? No, they were not that low. We saw one that was like 50,000 or something like that. Vermont definitely has New Mexico beat. Maryland has Vermont beat. Thank you. I don't like that 70 range. Get me out of this. Give me a nice clear one. Now, we don't know Georgia's numbers yet. I think it's Maryland because there's Atlanta, but there's also, yeah, I don't think Georgia's got that much money on average. Illinois was at 82,000 if I remember correctly. There we go. We have not seen Minnesota yet, but I'm going to stick with Illinois because of Chicago. Wow, that was really close. A little too close for comfort. We also have not seen Oregon yet. I don't know. Oregon is a tough one. I'm gonna say Minnesota because I like this 78,000 number, but I know that Oregon doesn't have that much population. Luckily, I got lucky with that. Virginia had Oregon beat, right? It was like 73, 74. Okay, we're coming pretty close to my high score. We have not seen Connecticut. Now, is this one of those Rhode Island things? Connecticut is right next to Rhode Island. I feel like Connecticut's probably doing better than Rhode Island. I don't know if it's 74. Wow, it's doing a lot better than Rhode Island. 88,000. I'm gonna definitely stick with Connecticut with Missouri. New York is at over 105, so I can stick with New York for this next one, no matter who it is. Nebraska's not doing bad. 82,000 if I remember. Yep, but pretty much. We have not seen Hawaii. This is a tough one. You gotta be rich to live in Hawaii, right? It's such an expensive state. The only state that comes, I think, close to California and New York in terms of living costs. Oh, this is tough because Nebraska's really high up there. I have no idea. You gotta be... well, at least I have my high score beat. I'm gonna say Hawaii. There's surprisingly 1.5 million people living here. I gotta say Hawaii. I mean, that real estate is so expensive. Oh my goodness. Nebraska. I had no idea. We have not seen Florida yet, but I gotta assume. Oh, wow. Florida was way lower than I thought. Tennessee has Florida beat, I believe. Wow. I thought, you know, there's like so much golf courses. Golf courses, I think, represent just in general GDP rate, but maybe those people are flying into Florida to play on the golf courses, leaving. I think Virginia had Tennessee beat. Yep. I gotta think that Virginia has North Carolina, their little brother, to the south beat. Just, yep, they do. Texas was doing it 77, something like that. Texas, I think, has Utah beat, but Utah's definitely not bad. Utah's beating out New Mexico. I think they're at 54, 57,000. So we could probably safely pick anything over here that's not New Mexico. New Hampshire, 75,000. Give me some easier ones. I cannot remember Indiana's numbers, but I like New Hampshire's 75,000. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Seems like 75,000 is the range. Dang it, we don't know Kentucky. I don't like this. KFC. Tell me KFC is bringing in those numbers for these people. I do not like this. If it was anything but India, I feel like Kentucky's close to 66,000. I'll be honest. I'm picking Kentucky. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I did not like that matchup. We already know New York is up there. And I said that I was going to be able to get to 30 on this one. Okay, give me California. Give me a nice easy one. Give me North Dakota. Here's my home state. All right, Alabama, there's just no way. I don't like that Ohio only is at 70,000. But I gotta think that, okay, Alabama's pretty low. All right, we know Nebraska's 82,000. They're nice and high up there. Dang, Alabama, my birth state, pretty low. We know Massachusetts is really high, almost like New York. Massachusetts definitely has Nevada beat. Okay, give me something nice. Give me a nice big one. I don't think I've seen South Carolina's numbers yet. Nevada's kind of low, but I gotta assume South Carolina is also pretty low. I'm gonna say Nevada, but oh, that was just a guess. That was a complete guess. Oregon, I think, is beating out South Carolina at 70,000. All right. Oregon, I think, is also beating out Arkansas. Yep, only at 53,000. Indiana is 70, I think, 66. We have not seen Kansas yet. Kansas is next to Nebraska, so could they also have a lot of money? I'm gonna say Kansas. I don't know why. I was right about that. It's completely gut. I thought it would, they would be spilling over from Nebraska into Kansas. I think Kansas has West Virginia beat. West Virginia's out here struggling. Rhode Island is not very high, but it is more than West Virginia. I think Pennsylvania has Rhode Island beat, if I remember correctly. All right, give me out of this 70,000. Here we go. This is going to get close. Virginia was more than 71,000, right? I don't know for sure. I'm just going to make the guess. 74,000. Thank you. I got scared there. New Hampshire, right? I don't remember. I think New Hampshire has some rich people. They just barely beat them out by 600. All right, New Hampshire beats out Missouri. Okay, there's the new high score at 17. Here we go. We don't know New Jersey, but its proximity to New York, they've got to have some pretty high numbers. 80,000, not as high as Massachusetts, but pretty high. They're definitely better than Iowa. Should say better, but making more money than Iowa. Michigan was surprisingly low. I think it was at 66, 61. Wow. Washington's very high. It's almost at 100,000, right? 92,000. So we could stick with Washington more than likely with this next one. We don't know Wisconsin's number. I think Wisconsin's not doing bad. Oh, no, they're okay. North Carolina is beating out Wisconsin, I believe, in the 70s range. Oh, it's so close. That was not even fair. Well, we got in the top 1%. I'll take that. Yeah, this was actually a lot harder than I thought. And big thanks to the patrons. I am the kidnapper. I oofed Drew since no one paid his ransom. This channel's now run by AI. Australia is real. I'm Argentina. $20 is a lot. Asher, 200, Chester, Tiny, Reagan's a Nargan, Isaiah, John Denver, the Polish, Lithuanian, Commonwealth, Lincoln, why am I doing this?